Hello and welcome back. We will continue on Google Colab for this week. And as we will see, Google Colab is important for us for doing homework. Let me share my screen. Okay, Google Colab is one framework which can be used for writing your code on Python. Some of you may be familiar with Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook is another framework which can be used for writing your code in Python, but we will use Google Colab for this class. Today, first, I will explain a little bit about Google Colab, some basic stuff that should be known before starting. Then I will explain a little bit about how Google Colab can be used for importing data set. And then I will import one data set. This data set has already been posted on Carmen. And then we will see some different tools which can be used to store a given data on Python. And then we will fit one model. Okay, in Google Colab, as you can see, you can write your code in these different cells. And when you want to add a cell, you just need to click on code. And here, when you click on code, as you can see, a new cell will be added here. And if you want to delete it, you can delete it very easily. So here, for example, we have this cell. When you want to run the code that you have on the cell, you can click on this. Or if you want to use shortcut, you can use Shift and Enter. Both can be used. We will use this line of code for importing the data set. For example, here, as you can see, when we write from google.colab import file, and here we are importing the file which contain the data that we want to use here. Then here you will get this choose file. You click on choose file and you will find the data set on your computer that you want to import. Then here I want to import California population data. And here, as you can see, this data set has been imported. As you can see, the type of data set that we have here is CSV. Then this CSV that we have here can be used, this CSV file that we have here can be used on Google Colab. Before using this CSV file on Google Colab, I have to explain a little bit about importing different libraries. In Python, there are many libraries, and these libraries can be used. We will see a few of them this semester. One library that we want to see today is CSV. Then you can, when you want to import the library, you just need to use the keyword import, and after that, writing the name of library, in this case, CSV. And when you want, because see, you already have the data set CSV file, in this case, California population data.csv on your Google Colab. But after adding this on Google Colab, you have to convert this to the data frame, which is acceptable on Python. There are different ways to do this. But first, when we want to convert this to the data frame, we will use with environment. And for with environment, as you will use with, which is the keyword, then open the name of the file, and then because it is read and read only, then here this one will be added and as file. Then here we are using csv.file, csv.reader. This is one command that we have in CSV. Please remember that this CSV that we are using is the name of package, name of library that you have imported. And inside CSV, we have one command, which is reader. This one is used to read the file. And when you want to call that file, you have to write csv.reader. And you can check this. Let me show this. Then here, when you okay, then here, when we want to use the file, then we just write CSV, then dot. Then as you can see, many tools that we have on CSV can be seen here. Here, for example, I want to use reader. Then see reader here is one tool that we want to use on CSV. We have already this CSV here, then it's not necessary to use this. And here, as you can see, after reading the file, something that we want to do is to read this file row by row. Therefore, here, as you can see, we are using the for loop for row in the California data, and we are printing the row. If you do this, as you can see, every row will be printed. If you look at the data set that we have posted, you can see that data set consists of some counties in California and the population of these counties in different years. In 2010, 12, 11, 2019, and these are the populations of these counties which are reported on different years. So then that's one way to import and convert the data set into a data frame which is acceptable in Python. So I would like also to explain a little bit about NumPy. Today we will see two important packages on Python which are used a lot for machine learning tasks. One of them is NumPy, another is Pandas. For NumPy, first, I should say at the beginning, NumPy mostly is used for doing some math. Also, it can be used for data processing tasks. NumPy is a package like CSV that we had before. Then again, if we want to import NumPy, we will use the same process. It means that we will use import, that's a keyword. NumPy is the name of package. But since we do not want to use NumPy because that's a little bit long name, and we want to use a shorter name, then we can name it. If you want to name it, you can say as and any name that you want. NP is very popular name which is used. Then here we will, sorry about that, we will use NP. Then in the next cell, when we want to use NumPy, then you don't need to write NumPy. You just need to use NP. Then here in this case, as you can see, we want to read this file. And when we want to read this file, then we use NP dot, and that's one tool that we have. Please remember that this tool that we use, gen from text, is used to convert the data set that you have into NumPy array. Then here, as you can see, when you run this, you can see that you have an array. And the array that you have consists of population that we had in the previous cell. NumPy for this case maybe is not very appropriate way for converting data into Python. But sometimes people use it. I think it is helpful to see. Another and better library that we have to use data is Pandas. The reason that Panda is better than NumPy is the tool of DataFrame that we have in Pandas. I'm sure that you have seen the concept of DataFrame in R. Here in Python, we also have the same concept of DataFrame. But if you want to use DataFrame, you have to call Pandas, and after that, inside Panda, you can use DataFrame. We will see this in the code. Then here we will import Panda. After importing Panda, then this file has already been added on the Google Colab. Then when you want to use it, you will name it. Here I name it, for example, Panda underline California, and here I am using PD for Pandas, then pd.read/CSV, and you will write the name of CSV file. And after doing this now, as this data set which has been imported into Panda is stored as a data frame. You can see that DataFrame is much better tool to store a data because, as you can see, it is very clean data. Rows are known, columns are known. Here, as you can see, the first row consists of the labels, and here you have the population of different counties in California. Thank you.